Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is all about all the skin tints and foundations that I absolutely enjoyed and loved in the year of 2024. I've got a bunch of makeup products to share with you all which worked out really well for me. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. The e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation launched this year and it is such a beautiful foundation. Really like the packaging, it's super travel friendly and they launched a bunch of shades, I believe 30 different shades, and I got this in the shade 45 Tan Warm. Not gonna lie, finding my best match in this foundation range was a bit difficult, so I had to go through a lot of reference pictures and models and reviews on YouTube. Finally landed on this shade and this is such a perfect match for me. It is on the warm side but not like a orangey finish. It's the perfect amount of golden warm color for my skin tone, which I absolutely love. The texture of this foundation is beautiful. It's like this creamy liquid which really blends effortlessly on the skin with medium buildable coverage. The finish is a beautiful soft matte finish, which is what I love about this foundation and wears really well on my oily skin. Even if you're a dry skin person, you will like it. Just prep your skin with a nice hydrating moisturizer and that will do the job. So glad this foundation launched in India. I was so looking forward to it. I'm so happy that there are so many different shades for deeper complexions. Next, I absolutely love this high-end foundation this year, which is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation, and this is in the shade 4.5W, and this shade just literally is my skin tone in a bottle. Love the packaging again. It's a plastic packaging but looks so luxe. It's got a silvery cap and you've got a thin nozzle inside, which is perfect to dispense this product. Now the texture is not very runny, neither too thick and yet it's a bit runny, but it's an absolute beauty of a foundation. It works on pretty much all skin types. It makes my skin look super flawless even without a color corrector or even a primer. Very long wearing formulation, doesn't crease much on my smile lines, which I'm super impressed with. Not a lot of foundations are able to do that on my heavily creasing smile lines, but this one is super long wearing if worked with it properly. This is also well loved by many makeup artists out there and I totally get the hype. I'm so happy I invested in this foundation because it's such a beautiful foundation. It's not extremely blurry or something on the skin but still makes my skin look so flawless and beautiful. It just makes my skin look so creamy and luxe in a way. I absolutely enjoyed using this year. Next, I've got a skin tint from Maybelline which I really enjoyed. Now this is not available in India but it's such a beautiful skin tint from Maybelline and I'm really mad that Maybelline hasn't launched this in India. So this is the Superstay 24-hour skin tint and this is in the shade 330. Really like the fancy glass bottle with a dropper. Honestly very messy packaging, but every time I take out some product, can you see that the product spills from the cap, which is super annoying. You have to clean it every time and product gets wasted every time. The shade 330 is a tad bit lighter for my skin tone but it does oxidize and adjust to my skin tone after a while. Now the texture of this product is super runny as you saw and a little bit of a thicker pigment in here. The coverage is medium buildable and it gives a beautiful satin matte finish. It really makes my skin look so beautiful and blurred out, which I love, but it does crease on my smile lines, which is something that I'm worried whenever I use this product. But other than that, this is such a beautiful skin tint from Maybelline. This is much more better than the one that is available in here in India and I'm not sure why they haven't launched this. There is not a lot of shade options available in this particular skin tint abroad as well. Maybe they should expand the shade range, but it's such a beautiful skin tint from Maybelline and I love it. The next foundation is another high-end product which I splurged during one of the Nykaa sales and I do not regret my decision at all. So this is the McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Such a mouthful, but oh my god, I'm in love with this foundation and I'll tell you why. First of all, love the packaging. It's got a very vintage glass bottle with a black cap with golden details. Inside you've got a decent pump, which is great to dispense the product. Now the texture of this foundation is super liquidy and runny. The finish, I would say, is again medium to buildable full coverage, and it is the most thinnest feeling foundation on my skin, and yet a very soft matte finish. My skin is pretty oily, and this is the most beautiful matte finishes that I've worn in a long time, and it's extremely long wearing. You can wear it even if you have a drier skin type, depending upon the type of prepping that you do. But this is a foundation that fetches me compliments whenever I wear it. People have complimented me how good my makeup looks when I step outside with this foundation, just random people. So that tells you how beautiful of a finish this product gives. It gives that blurred out finish, which I love. My texture and everything looks super vanished when I wear this foundation, and overall my skin looks really luxe when I wear it. The shade medium deep 22 is ever so slightly darker and warmer, but honestly I don't mind it. I would always prefer a shade which is slightly darker than go a little bit lighter. Because of the pigmentation and all that I have on my skin, a darker shade of foundation works much better for me. I can always lighten it up with a little bit of highlighting concealer, and also absolutely loved using the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection foundation from McGrath Labs. Then I have a beautiful foundation, cream to powder finish foundation. Sadly isn't available in India, but I absolutely love, and I'm waiting for them to launch in India so badly. This brand needs to be launched in India. So this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm, and I got this in the shade 7, which is again my skin tone in a container. Love this really dark chromatic packaging. It's also got this spatula spoon thing here, which is so cute, and inside you've got the product in here. You can actually use the spatula that comes along with the packaging to scoop out some product and put it on your palette, or apply it on the back of your hand and apply it on your skin using a brush or sponge, whatever you prefer. But this is one of the most unique base makeup products that I have ever tried in my life, because it's such a slippery creamy texture when you touch it, but still very lightweight. And after application, give it about 5 to 10 minutes and it sets down to a beautiful soft matte powdery finish. The finish this gives is super natural, despite being a medium coverage kind of a product. It never gets full coverage in my opinion. Even if you keep layering it up, it still looks very much natural on the skin, and yet it covers up all the pigmentation and spots that I have on my skin, and I absolutely love it. It truly gives that blurred out finish, doesn't crease much on my smile lines, which is my top concern when it comes to foundations and skin tints. So this is so beautiful. This is such a beautiful product that this is my go-to product whenever I'm in a hurry. It's the quickest makeup that I can do on my face and still look put together. Yeah, it's such a beautiful product, and I really wish they launch super soon in India. Danessa Myricks have killer makeup products with them, so I really wish that they are here in India for us to reach out to. Next, I've got a beautiful foundation from a super affordable brand and one of my favorites, and this is the Mars Cosmetics Liquid High Coverage Foundation. They only have 8 shades to cater to, which is very limited, and I wish they bring out more deeper shades. That would be really great. This foundation has very mixed reviews on the internet, but in my opinion, if used correctly, this foundation could be so beautiful on every single skin type. Really like the glass bottle. It feels quite heavy and luxurious with a color coded cap. The shade exactly resembles the shade inside here. My shade is 08, like I mentioned, which is a pretty good match for me, I would say. The texture of this foundation, I agree, is super thick. If you take the tiniest amount, work it on the back of your hand using a brush, just load it up on the brush really well and then apply it on the skin. It gives the most beautiful even application, and it gives the most beautiful finish as well on the skin. Your skin looks super flawless. a little bit on the dewy side as well, but still controls the oil to a great extent in my opinion, and it's got pretty good coverage. It gives medium to buildable high coverage for sure. It gives a beautiful healthy dewy finish on the skin without being overly dewy, if you know what I mean. If you use it very cautiously, this foundation can be a beautiful foundation coming from a super affordable brand, and I really enjoyed using this foundation. Next I have a Huda Beauty foundation which went super viral even before it was released, especially in India. This was launched way ahead of us abroad elsewhere. This is the Easy Blur Liquid Foundation from Huda Beauty, and people were going crazy over this foundation over the internet, and I also really wanted to get my hands on it as soon as it launched in India. First of all, really like the packaging. It's a see-through plastic packaging with a plastic cap. A lot of people had complaints with this packaging, but I honestly really like it, especially when it comes to traveling. These kind of plastic packagings are your go-to, right? I don't mind the packaging at all. I honestly feel it looks really chic and classy. The shade that I have is Gingerbread 430N, which is my Huda Beauty shade in all other Huda Beauty foundations and skin tint and everything, and this matches me pretty well. Again, the texture I would say is pretty runny and pretty lightweight, blends so beautifully on the skin, giving that blurred out even finish on the skin, just like how they marketed it, definitely for sure. But I would also warn you that if you wear this foundation without a mattifying primer, the blurriness doesn't really last that well on my extremely oily skin. It becomes like a regular foundation after a while if I wear this alone. So this product definitely requires a nice mattifying and blurring primer underneath, and a good mattifying setting spray if you have oily to very oily skin, for sure. If you use it that way, it definitely remains blurry and beautiful throughout the day and doesn't oil up that much. You can probably use a blotting product to remove the oiliness, or just use a tissue paper to blot down the oiliness, and it stays pretty well on my skin that way. This is gonna be a great product for normal to dry skinned people for sure, more than oily skinned people in my opinion. And I really enjoyed this Easy Blur foundation from Huda Beauty this year as well. I mean the last year, 2024. Okay, I've got another foundation that took the entire world and internet by the storm, and this was the most viral product of the year, I would say, and it is the Tir Cushion foundation. And I'm so glad that this is available in India right now, and from the past 6 or 7 months I've been getting so many requests to review this product on my skin tone. Finally this is available on Tira and Nykaa, so I got a bunch of shades for me. I've got 2 dedicated videos on this product itself, so I will link them in the description box if you're interested. Now this is the mini one that I have in my hand right now. It also comes in a nice bigger version which is quite big, and I would say that is more worth for your money. But if you're confused about your shade, you should definitely invest in the mini one first, because there are a lot of shades to choose from and it can be quite confusing to choose your right shade. Make sure you go through tons and tons of reviews and swatches before you make your purchase in this product. Now absolutely love everything about this foundation, right from the packaging to the finish, the blendability, everything. Just look at the packaging, it's so beautiful. A bright red egg-like shape. You've got a nice cushion applicator inside. It also has a protective lid right here, and when you open it, you've got the cushion foundation underneath. Now this is the shade 37C, which I've been really gravitating towards lately, and it works pretty well on my skin tone. The right way to use this product is take the product on this applicator and remove the excess on this lid right here, and then put it on the skin. Otherwise the application would become super heavy. It's the most lightweight feeling product with so much of coverage in it. Definitely has full coverage and still manages to look so beautiful and natural. The finish I would say is more on the dewy side. Feels matte, but the look and finish of it is more on the dewy side. So I feel this product is pretty much suitable for all skin types out there, and I'm not even seeing one single person hating this product. Everybody seems to love the finish. Extremely long wearing product. I've worn this many times this year and never has disappointed me, despite being a super oily skinned person. Also doesn't crease on my smile lines that easily, which is incredible, and that's what makes it a go-to product for me personally. Because of the coverage and the applicator and everything, the application process is super quick as well. Totally worth the hype, and I highly recommend this to all of you watching out there. Now, my number one favorite product of the year when it comes to skin tint and foundation is the Love Child by Masaba Skip Everything 4-in-1 Blurring Serum Tint. I also featured this in my yearly favorites video. That's how much I love this product, coming from an Indian brand. It's so beautiful, although I would say that it lacks deeper shades, still not very bad. The packaging is this very unique plasticky packaging with the nozzle, and also it comes with an attached brush here, which I find is pretty useless. I never really use brushes that come along with the packaging, but the product is so beautiful. They also launched different packaging of the same version of the skin tint. Also, they have another variant which doesn't have the brush that comes along with it, but this skin tint needs to go viral ASAP in India. It is so good. I was holding myself for the longest time not buy this, but finally I gave in and I wanted to see what all the hype is around this product, and oh my god, it blew my mind. It's the most lightweight serum like skin tint, almost like a foundation. I would say it's got medium to buildable coverage and so lightweight on the skin, blends like a dream, pretty liquidy in texture, so that's the reason it blends so effortlessly on the skin. It doesn't make my skin become oily at all, and it creases so minimally on my smile lines, and very long wearing on my skin, even without a primer as well as a setting spray, which is what I absolutely love about this skin tint. It's definitely pricey, but way better than the K Beauty liquid foundation. Highly recommend this product to all of you watching. If you can find your shade, you're gonna absolutely love it. By the way, this is in the shade Easy Espresso, which is the second last deeper shade available, which is a tad bit deeper and more orangey and warm for my skin tone, but I make it work with a lighter shade of concealer or something with less contour or a bronzer. It works beautifully on my skin tone. So those were all the skin tints and foundations that I absolutely enjoyed in the year 2024. Hope you guys got an insight of each of these products that I mentioned in today's video. Really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, found it useful and helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, comment, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Also follow me on my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description box. This is it. Take care of yourselves, and I shall see you guys soon in my next one. Bye.